remember Knoxville when your kid threw the rubber.
You were there? Oh my god.
He's like, you little turkey.
Oh man. I actually felt bad.
Check. Check. Good? Are they gonna
Should be.
They work good? Are they gonna
yeah.
Okay.
Good. Billy's that one.
Check. Live.
New helmets in here since last time.
Yeah, maybe a couple. Yep.
We are live.
I reached out to a few other guys and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'll get you a helmet." But gravel and Sheldon. Trying to get one of Rico's. He holds on to his.
All right. Well, let's get it. Cheers.
Cheers,
boys.
Cheers.
Cheers to Chap, Ed, Trav. I lost another friend this weekend.
Oh, man.
College roommate, Avery.
Oh,
We got Avery with us. Welcome to the Lumber Lounge and Garage. Bench racing. We're back at Bob's Turn 5 at Port City Raceway. We have the one and only Billy Lawhead with us.
One and only.
His dad's way cooler.
Yeah.
Shane, as always, welcome. We're back. Bench racing is here. It's Monday. Billy, we got to hang out with you, or I got to hang out with you a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, that was fun.
The old Trifecta shop.
That was fun.
And so that was
It's a cool place to hang out.
It is.
We fired up the grill yesterday, and
I'd never been down there, so I was just checking everything out.
Dude, yeah, you can just sit there and look at shit for a long time. Like, you forget how much history is in that one little shop.
yeah, no doubt.
And think of all the footprints. You're right,
Yeah,
like the people, they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
When I still say
and
it.
mechanics.
My dad, when he raced, my dad didn't race down here a bunch, but he raced at Knoxville, and he said the best motor he ever had was a Carboni racing engine.
Yeah,
You know?
I had the privilege of racing a few Carbonis.
You worked there too.
I did. And the scary part was Steve's like, listen, you're tearing your motor down and you're going to rebuild it.
Yeah.
If this sucker blows up, my dad's going to kill me.
Yeah, how old are you?
Oh, shoot. I could drive, so I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Darren Pittman worked there together.
Just a little bit.
Steve called us the Motor Brothers.
Motor Brothers.
Yeah. We were the cleanup crew in the back.
Tearing them down.
Yeah, but I mean, how much, dude? That had to have teach you so many things.
Oh, dude. Well, I tell you what it did. So later on in my career, I went and raced for Junior Holbrook. Junior built most of his engines. He did a lot with Earl Gertie at the time. But there was times that we'd blow an engine up. We'd come back to the shop in Columbus. We'd tear down an engine, rebuild it overnight, and go back and race. And I pretty much did it all.
But
So
Hampshire was kind of the same way with Kiminal, I believe.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people know that's his father-in-law.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where Brian and Chad kind of got all their knowledge from. Obviously Brian with Kistler as well, going into that role. But Hampshire was the same way. He'll teach you.
Yeah.
Just gotta want to do it.
Gotta want to do it.
yeah,
Kids don't want to do it no more.
when I first started there, I started putting this motor together, and Steve's like, "Dude, you're not even holding the torque wrench right." And I'm like, "What?" So listen, it was like from ground zero. So I learned a lot from Steve. I had Davey Whitworth. Davey Whitworth worked there at the time.
He might not know who Davey Whitworth is.
I don't.
Davey Whitworth was, he was the OG. Like, he'd been in the game for how long? Because he was still out there when you met me, Davey was still on the road. And I don't know if he would, because, he went and lived in Kansas for a while with Dan King and Steve King and all them. But he was with Lunstra, I believe, the last time I seen him, or Beef Packers. I can't remember which one.
He had a lot of success wherever he went.
He looked like
who was the guy who used to own the 20 car, the sprint car that Herrera drove, owned Burger King's?
Ooh, that I don't know.
Jason Myers ended up getting into it in that car and winning some races. I can't remember who was driving that got hurt. Up there, somewhere up in Dakotas.
Yeah.
But anyway, that car was really fast, and Davey worked on that one. He had all scraggly hair, and he used to come to.
He looked like an ogre.
He used to come to the shop every morning with the biggest Quick Trip cup you could buy full of Diet Pepsi, and we call him Sloth.
Sloth. There you go.
Yeah,
he moved like
he'd like drag his back leg.
Yeah.
Hey boys, you gonna get some work done back here? He'd peek in the door every morning, tell Darren and I get to work, and then we'd never see him the rest of the day.
That's awesome.
So I got a question for you, Shane, because the picture was sent to me. So you guys took a picture at the Chili Bowl of a bunch of old quarter midget guys.
Yeah, Region 6.
Region 6. So I mean, dude, there's probably 15 of you guys in this picture, right? 10.
Yeah, there was a few. Yeah.
So it was you, Darren,
Meinholz.
Dale, Meinholz, like.
Hirsch.
These guys are like, I'm sitting over here like, this is pretty cool, you know? It's like all these quarter midget guys.
Yeah.
I gotta send you that picture of that one guy. So we're standing there, right? And we're fixing to go up to watch the races, I believe. And there's a guy walking by with a Larson Marks hoodie on.
Yeah.
And Shane was like, hey, look at that guy.
LMR, yeah.
He goes, hey, look at that guy. And
boys?
And this, I was like, Shane, he goes with the guy, he goes, hey, can I take a picture? And the guy was like, yeah, sure. And so, like, the guy stands, they had no clue who this was. And, like, Shane's like this.
I was, dude. He actually came back by, like, 2 days later. He's like, I just figured out who you were.
No, he only took you 2 days? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What's up?
That's awesome.
Got some pressure
Hey, guys.
tonight.
We got a few people in the audience. We got
Got the tease.
Brenton Marble and Justin Pataka and old Bobby Millister showed up.
I love you're still coordinating.
The drip don't dry.
Speaking of drip, we'd like to thank DC Irrigation.
That's right.
Oh, Woody. Any drip we'll fix any drip you can handle. Kelly said hi, Billy Dean.
Hi, Kelly.
Well, Billy, thank you for taking time out of your such busy schedule to come hang out with us.
You're welcome.
Been wanting you to come on for quite a while now, but you're home now.
Yep.
So, like, I don't know. I don't want to ask you why you came home, but you know, obviously you're out on the road for quite a while. Was it just you just wanted to say I'm good, or what was it?
Yeah, I was ready for a change.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it was, as both of you know,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it goes by quick. Next thing you know, you're years and years and years.
Yeah, you're 40. Like,
I was probably only
what's
you
happening
mean-
in my life?
Oh yeah, right. Jackson Whitaker.
Yeah.
Hello. But so you started young with a young driver in Ryan Timms. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, it's kind of like everybody knows me from the Tony Bruce days, right? Like everybody knows Billy from the Ryan Tim days, right? We know you from Billy the driver when you used to race, and when you made that decision to go out with Ryan and Randy, and was that like a lifelong dream to do that?
No, I don't think it was a lifelong dream. It's just thrown into that situation and just ran with it. Yeah.
Well, so, as you saw, like the success you guys had right out of the gate, and then especially with a young kid, and it didn't matter like what he jumped into, he was up front. So that obviously, it like not that you weren't on the map, but it really put you on the map, right?
Well, it
On
wasn't really
national
right
scene.
out of the gate. I would say there were a few years where it was kind of you're beating your head against the wall.
But we didn't see that.
You guys
right?
didn't see that.
No.
Not at all.
I actually remember I was racing for my buddy Scotty at the Hockett Memorial, and I think you guys were pretty new at that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of my last races that I ran, and I'm like, who the heck is this freaking guy?
Oh yeah, You
Biggest
drove
rig,
for,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the biggest
Scotty
rig.
McDonald.
Yeah, Scotty
Yeah,
McDonald.
I remember that.
But obviously,
I think everybody owns a Dissolve Alloy hoodie or t-shirt. It was like the nicest hoodie too.
Yeah, he always had good hoodies.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your question there.
No, it's just when people see this big rig pull in and this nice car roll out, and this kid that's like 13, I'm like, who the heck is this guy?
Well, let's be honest. Pulling into a sprint car race, they probably thought it was a late model driver that was lost.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that, the rig wise. But no, I thought you guys. I mean, you guys obviously had your down times, but there towards the end, you guys were rolling pretty good.
Yeah, it was
won
good.
A few.
Pretty. Yeah,
won a few races.
Did really good in the ASCS stuff once we got started there after a year or two. Mm-hmm. That was fun.
What was your favorite part of it all?
Winning, of course, right? That's what we all like.
Oh, there's other things that was probably fun too. Sometimes we can't talk about certain things on air, but
yeah.
So you came back home. You're over at Driven Midwest with Factory 14. Tell us what sparked that, because I feel like it's a great deal for you because you spent so much time with Ryan, and your coaching abilities are, to me, second to none, especially in the micro world, right? So you being able to do that, I think fits you well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that teaming up with Harley was a good idea for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit more about that and how that kind of came about. And I mean, you got a lineup of drivers already.
Yeah, really just pure, being in the right place at the right time. Pretty much how everything has worked out for me. But drive for a shootout, so everybody, was busy and needing help, and I needed some work, so got thrown in there in the mix of that, and just right off the bat, I think we all just gelled and worked well together, and great opportunity for myself, and hopefully, do them a good job and have some success. Yeah, I got several kids this year. I think we're like 35, 40 nights. So it'll be a change from going from beating up and down the road every night and sleeping in Walmart parking lots to mostly we'll be here at Fort City. So
yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
It's not.
We love Fort City.
Well, listen, maybe by the end of the summer he might have some mixed emotions.
We go through it. Me and Bobby have talked about it. Me and Justin have talked about it. Me and Brenton haven't talked about it. But you win here, you do good here. That translates.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt because you don't never know what you're going to get when you pull in the gate on the track. It could be rough, sticky, slick, wet.
But here's the thing. It
doesn't matter. There's nothing the same.
It doesn't matter because when you come in that gate on Friday or Saturday night, everybody gets dealt the same hand. They get the same race.
I can tell you right now, it does. So I've actually got to race here a few times, just a handful of times, and I haven't yet to make the A main. Of course, it's been in really big races where the guys that I'm racing with are really good, but it's tough.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap, man! I got to fix turn 4. My lighting sucks. I had all kinds of gripes. I started complaining to Jen as soon as I got out of the car. I'm like, this place is terrible.
Don't do that. We can't be complaining.
I can figure it out real quick. I need to do some work here.
We can't.
What is it like driving?
It's hard.
Go from a 410 wing sprint car to micro.
Well, it was like 2 years difference. But so I ran for Eric in Talon. Talon got hurt, obviously broke his back, and then we did really well at the shootout. And Eric's like, "Well, why don't you just run Talon's race?" I'm like, "Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna have time." I had Kenny Vippis at the time doing their track, so it was pretty easy for me to do because at that time I would just grade and then just leave, right, and not have to worry about the track. And dude, I was terrible here. I was mid pack in the B at Talon's race.
But why? Why were you terrible?
It's just hard. It's hard. It was just way different than the
driving,
and
the way
the kids just. Where did you come from? Right? So, but I think it's just the way the track races. You know what I mean? At the shootout is way different. It's a little wider. Corners are. I feel like the corners are a lot longer there than they are here, and it's tough. It's really tough.
How many years did you race here?
7 or 8, probably.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Get some A features here?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
2 in one night.
What?
Yeah, we had to make up, and yeah.
Back when Aaron owned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really tough then too, right? Because you had almost 200 cars on a weekly show here.
Definitely changed a lot. But yeah, it's still tough, but
Yeah,
the age is the drivers have definitely changed a lot.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, you used to race against Leon.
I never raced against Leon. No.
Old Lightning. What was so you also you and Christopher Bell used to work together on the Melmark deal, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you got some time in that, and with Grady Chandler, and
Yep.
you know, what was it like growing up with them guys? Because they are those are your peers, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like, you know, seeing where Seabell's gone, and you know, obviously your career is great to me.
Mhm.
You've made a career out of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Grady getting hurt, but
Yeah.
I mean, his racing career was taking off.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's another, you know, I know they were more down there, right? 44, but you were
Yeah.
up here. I mean, that's just another feather in your cap, I think.
That's cool to see those guys have success. Just like, I mean, you know, people you've grown up with, and
Mhm.
you guys start off at the quarter midget track or wherever, and then you guys grow up, and to see your friends succeed, it's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
it's such a slim margin, right? Like,
Absolutely.
out of the group, like just that Region 6, like there was only 2 of us that made it.
Yeah.
Right? Or, well, if you want to consider made it.
Right.
I mean, to be
You
a
made it.
professional race car driver. Darren and myself. But that's like it's hard.
It's hard.
It's tough.
You got to really want it.
And I think
It's
that's
not
what,
always.
I really think that's what parents don't understand, right? Like, to be a Christopher Bell, to be a Kyle Larson, to be any of those guys that are racing at NASCAR, there's what 32 cars that start a NASCAR race? That's 32 drivers. There's 100 and something here on a Saturday night. So,
Mhm.
like, to whittle that
one
down.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, to whittle that down to where you could say you've made it to that is cool, right? Like,
Mhm.
But I think it's relative to any sport,
Oh,
professional
absolutely.
sport, right? I mean, like you look at the greats of any, like it all starts when they were, 2 or 3,
Mhm.
right? Like their parents just honed their skills and pushed them and pushed them and pushed them. And then it gets to the point to where the kid either wants to do it or not because the mom and dad can only do so much. And then that's how I was, right? Like,
You have to
and not
figure
that
it
my
out.
mom and dad pushed me, but obviously my dad saw a little bit of potential there. But once I got to a certain point, he was like, dude, if you can't make it, I can't take you any further.
Mhm.
Like, I've taken you to this point, and if you want to do it, you got to figure
It's
it
up
out.
to you now. Yeah.
So,
and you know, that doesn't
that's a lot of stories.
happen as much anymore, right? Like, and it was a different time, right? When you raced, there was still a lot more car owners than there are now. Now, you know, we call it daddy's money, but it keeps cars on the track, right?
Mhm.
Like, if they weren't going to do it for somebody, they might do it, you know, their son, they might do it for somebody else, you'd hope, right? So like now I don't think you see that as much anymore where the parents are like, hey, you know, if the parents that say I can't do that much for you anymore are probably the ones that they just keep racing at port or they just keep
Mhm.
staying, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to be the ones that are going to go out and hunt a 410 ride like you did.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think it's one of the things too. You see a lot more rental stuff
Mhm.
now, where before you didn't. And quite frankly, if you have a successful business and you want your kid to succeed in something, like it's just easier to go down that path. It's
kind of a
and
no-brainer.
that's actually
Yeah.
cheaper for
Yeah.
the guy to do that.
It
So,
makes.
that's one thing you didn't see when I was growing up. You
Yep.
didn't have any of that.
Nope.
It was either, like with our team, like we had a really small budget and I raced locally, and I mean, there was Blevins, like Blevins kind of did the same thing, and Darren Pittman did the same thing, and we
Well,
were
it's
just
like-
all lucky enough to get
Yeah.
our foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get your foot in the door out there and you do a decent job, when something goes sideways, you're typically one of the first few that get called,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it works.
Yeah, and you know, even like with my brother having his team, he gets people that call him all the time, like, hey, you know, I'll give you $100,000, I'll give you 150 grand, whatever. And my brother's like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be that way. Like, I want to hire a driver.
Yeah.
And I want to go race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which
He's one of the few,
very few.
right?
Yeah, very few.
Uh,
But he also doesn't
but I
go and
also
try.
get
And,
it.
he
I
doesn't
also
try
get
and
it.
run a World of Outlaw schedule either.
Yeah.
He wants to run weekly at Knoxville and hit and miss around.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to find the good fit too, right? Like the kid that actually wants to be there and works hard and it's not a piece of crap.
right, on or off the track, and then mom and dad like, okay, listen, we're going to give you X amount of money, but then they want to put their thumb on you.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I've kind of fought that a little bit here with some sponsorship at our track. It's like, man, like, really appreciate your money, but
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
Now, because this will be your first, I mean, obviously, you know, the deal with Randy and everything, you worked for them, but this is your first kind of in the rental program, right? So, like, do you have not so much a fear, but like, are you worried about the parents?
Not really worried about them now.
Yeah.
I think it's just all you can do is just give them everything you got. I mean,
Or you're going to get yelled at. You might as well get ready.
Hey,
Which is part of it. Like, unfortunately, that's just part of it. Like, it's just how it works.
so.
Like, it's just what happens.
So Kyle McCutcheon, he rented a car for Ryder from Chad Boat at the Hustle last year, I think, or the non-wing one. What was the non-wing up at
Sprague?
The Sprague, that's what it was. And I asked Kyle what it was like, because Kyle's a super hands-on guy, right? And he goes, "So, man, I'll be honest with you." He was like, "It was weird for me because they basically said, here's a chair, here's a cooler, see you at the end of the night." And I was like, I didn't know what to do. He's like, because I just want to jump in and help. And I guess one of Ryder's teammates like knocked the front nose wing down or something. So like Kyle gets up to like help do it. And they come over to, "Oh, thank you, sir. You can go sit down now." And like, and he was like, "I didn't know what to do."
It's
Like,
yeah.
It's even
Once
hard.
you
on
get
the
used to
racetrack.
that, though, like that, you'd be like, whew, man, this is great.
Just working on race cars and go to the racetrack just to watch is hard.
Yeah. You're not a good fan.
Not really.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are.
I am now.
Well,
I'm a great fan now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't do no wrong. The tracks are always bad or good. Or I went to Volusia and watched 4 nights in a row. I'm like, dude, this is gravy.
This year?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you skipped the show, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's
I'm a great
some
fan
insurance stuff. Here's my thing. Like, when I'm with my kids, I'm a great fan, right? Like, when I'm not with my kids, like, it's like, I'll show up late. I'll put the kids down, and I'll show up here like at 9 o'clock, and like the restrictor feature's over, get to watch the other 3. And I'm like, all right, guys, see you later, you know, or hang out here. I don't hang out here. Never mind. Too much. Woody says hi, everybody.
What's up, Woody?
DC Irrigation. Martin Edwards has a question for you.
Oh boy.
Has Billy been practicing his backing skills lately? Shane, let's see the scorecard from TPC Sawgrass.
Oh, no, I can't show that. I just went bowling, and I got my bowling score mixed up with my golf. Not quite that bad.
Hey, we've talked about it, which Billy's a golfer too.
Try.
Yeah.
I took the family to scratch golf Saturday night, and in my mind, like, 'cause Luca really likes golf, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, if I take him here, then I'm not wasting time at the golf course, right? And like, it teaches him how to aim because he's looking at a fairway. Man, he hit double par on every hole, but
yeah,
he'd hit it right down the middle, and go about 40 yards,
yeah,
and he'd hit it again, 40 yards,
that's
40
lane.
yards. You know what I mean?
That's lane.
So, but that's a good place to go.
Yeah.
To take, we need to all go down there.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Tanner was there.
I forget that it's there because
Yeah.
Lane always asks about playing golf. So
They were packed. So I got up Saturday morning, and you have to reserve a booth or a bay or whatever. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. All the bays were full.
wow. Well,
Yeah.
it's cold.
Yeah, I was surprised how many bays they had in there.
Scratch has 12, I think, plus a private room. Private rooms get a little rowdy sometimes. Give me a golf ball and a bucket of ice and a 9-iron. We'll see what happens.
Oh boy.
What movie was that? That was a movie. Anyway,
Caddyshack.
10 Cup. Oh, I watched Caddyshack the other night. That was a good show.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, we need to do that. We all need to get together and go do that. That'd be fun.
We need to do a show there.
Yeah.
Where we're all just hanging out. Or don't bring a camera and we just have a good time.
Yeah.
go to the Boom Boom Room. Remember that movie Life?
That's a good movie.
So, not to change subject, but going back to TP Sawgrass, right? Like 17's like it's the island green, and it was literally the easiest hole on the darn course. Like it was 130 yards, so easy chip and wedge, and
For some people.
so our caddy. So the players tournament's going to happen there like next week, I think, or week after. But anyway, you can only play that course until a certain time, and then they shut it all down, so the public can't play it. But all the professionals tee boxes were all roped off, so you couldn't hit off those tee boxes. And the caddy said there was one year that I can't remember. He said one of the big guys hit a 5-iron into the green because the wind was blowing 30 to 40 mile an hour into his face. And I'm like, holy crap! Now that would make that hard hole, or that hole would be difficult. But the day we played, it was pretty easy.
Somebody asked who your favorite sister was. Who do you think that was?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know. Good old Rachel.
Cody Cordell and I, we flipped a golf cart one time.
No, not Cody.
Yeah.
I flipped a golf cart before. Oh, everybody, right? Show of hands. You flipped a golf cart.
Gold Cup last year.
Oh, nice. Even better. Most recent one. Nice.
But you didn't do it at the golf course, though.
No,
I didn't flip one at the golf course. I flipped one on my grandparents' property.
We were like hole 2. We had road rash from sliding down the cart path.
So we used to have a golf tournament across the street from the hotel we stayed at in Wichita, Inter A days, right? So the first year it started out as drink all day. Well, the second year it was just the back nine because too much crap got tore up. Half the golf carts ended up across the street at the hotel. The third year we went back, no drinking.
Yeah.
No drinking.
That sounds like the Town Pump golf tournament. So Town Pump used to have a golf tournament.
Got tore up.
Yeah, Town Pump used to have a golf tournament, and they had it here in town, and they got kicked out of the courses here, and then they had it in Pryor, and Pryor kicked them out. So now they go all the way down to Lake Eufaula.
See, I've been wanting to have a golf tournament. That's like my biggest fear about getting a bunch of race car people together.
Here's the best way to do it, and this is.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, the par 3 course at La Fortune.
Where you have to walk
at night. No, they give you golf carts.
Oh God, no.
They do?
No.
Yeah, you can get golf carts.
There's no golf carts.
No golf carts.
We either walk or we have.
Nah, we can't do that on golf. It's a scramble.
No, I'm just saying. That's my biggest fear.
Insurance, right? Okay, bye. Don't drink and drive. Have fun. That was your sister. Your other sister's reporting Rachel for bullying.
How many sisters you got?
Carter.
2.
Carter Batterby. He said, let's not talk about TMS and golf carts. Yeah. I still have that video. Yeah. Through the parking lot.
We go to TMS. Little TMS this weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna do some racing this weekend.
So he's going to go bring home a trophy.
Golf carts,
They got lucky on the weather.
Yeah, they
race tracks, and
That sounds
Yeah,
like
no,
a
golf
jealousy
cart-
deal, son.
Beer, golf carts, alcohol golf carts,
Never
and
mix.
after the races never mix well.
Yeah.
Especially when it's only asphalt.
like at the Hockett.
Oh,
Exactly.
dude. Okay, so
Exactly.
were you there the year that they put Nienhauser's
Four-wheeler.
four-wheeler on top of? It was on top of the grandstands,
Yes.
and then
They
they put
did?
it on top of the four-wheeler.
Yes.
Oh,
They
yeah,
rode
on
it up
top of
there?
the trailer.
I think they
Oh, they
carried,
carried it.
there.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
and they set it on top of a trash can, and they set it on top of a trailer, and it was Brady Short's crew guy. He did all this.
By himself?
Yeah.
He just tugged this freaking four-wheeler
Yeah,
up the
but they
stands.
tried kicking out Brady's whole team, right?
Oh,
Carson Short. That's it. Yeah, Carson Short.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
Kyle Thompson. Yes, TMS is always fun. I'm sure Kyle might be there this weekend.
Probably.
Oh, buddy Kyle. So who are you taking this weekend?
What are we taking?
3 cars, right?
Yep.
We know 2, but we can't say the other.
I don't know if we can say that or not.
Okay.
It's
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But you're taking 3 cars?
Taking 3.
Okay. That's good.
USAC has an off weekend, so,
Yep.
might be a special guest driver.
Any wing races this weekend?
There are. Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah,
Hey.
that elite
Yeah.
little
Okay.
410 action.
All right.
Well,
Like a,
it's run what you brung action.
Oh.
So,
So,
John
like
John
plexiglass
Carney's going to
and-
go with his 410 and probably beat everybody in the Taco Casa car.
We had when Silva and I were racing, they had a Cheaters Day race at Houston.
My dad won that race.
Dude, we had the plexiglass. We looked like
Mhm.
old school late models.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's like, watch this shit. He comes back from the hardware store. Goes, I'm like, what are we supposed to do with that? He said, just watch. Dude, we showed up. This thing lasted like 4 laps and it was blown off.
So they used to do that at the
And I was
fairgrounds.
fast.
Yes. So I
For
think
4 laps, I'm like, holy crap.
I think it was called Empire
And then it all went to pear shape.
Empire Raceway or Empire something. It was the fairgrounds there, like around Sioux Falls.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheaters, that's where Cheaters Day originally was. And my dad won it one year, and he said it was the tallest trophy he ever won in his life. It was like 6 foot tall, but yeah, that was. He said Doug Wolfgang used to get pissed all the time because whenever my dad would come up there to race, they'd be like, "Come see National Cheaters Day winner TJ Giddings," and Doug Wolfgang, and like he's from there, right? Like, no, don't do that.
that's funny.
So you excited? It's your first race? Well, actually, I mean, you did shoot out, right?
Did the
Oh,
shootout.
that was a chore. How was that?
Man, you guys had a tough go at shootout.
That was a shootout.
I don't
I
know
feel like
any of
shootout
my,
goes
It does. It
Two
either goes
ways.
one way or the other.
it's
right?
either,
and most of my friends have bad luck.
then you wait around for a year, go again.
Thing is, like, if you unload and like practice goes good, it typically like everything's fine, right? Like, if you go out for practice and one car doesn't start, or
Oh, dude.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, holy crap.
You just
And then you're fighting that car, and then this car goes out and it blows the chain off. You're like, oh, dude, freaking kidding me. Yeah, then it just goes bad.
do what?
Oh, here we go. This segment brought to you by Simple Green. Hang on.
Studio audience is
I thought the applause light was on.
Yeah.
Or the go live light.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You know, we have made fun of that so much. Not just with Jet, right? But I don't know how much we've razzed Cody about it, right? You know? And then Clinton Boyle's got the wrath from the old Chaz. Yeah, what did he say at the? Because he said something. It was on our show on Saturday at the Chili Bowl, and no, it was Haas said it. He said something about it, but referring to I guess because he was asking, well, Clinton Boyles, he works for Flo, and Haas was like, yeah, I guess you just go with the flow. And that's why he didn't get kicked out. So yeah, that was pretty. Lawhead still with BB.
Brady Bacon.
Oh, no. Joe HN. I don't know that. Nope, he is with
You were with Brady
Factory
for how long?
410.
Just
Just a
last
year.
year.
Just last year. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't think it was very long.
Trey Lambert, thank you. Trey said my beard looks good.
Mm.
I'll try. That's a big shout out to Stacy. Cuts his hair, cuts my hair. Stacy Pretty.
Barclays.
Barclays, yep.
Good spot.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
61st and Aspen next to Bill and Ruth.
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. That's Wayne's wife?
Yeah, everybody likes seeing her way more.
Dude, I swear I never know rock.
My favorite sister cuts hair, but she only works like 2.5 days a week, so it's hard to
Hard to get into.
Yeah.
She's in the gym for like 50 hours a week.
Yeah,
it
we
seems like.
see that every
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Just
She works
Instagram
one full day
stories.
and she's tired. You know.
rough.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been getting my hair cut by Stacy for quite some time when she was at Blankenship, which was
We
over
go on
behind.
the same day next week.
We do.
Yeah.
I miss hearing Billy Lawhead's laugh.
It's awesome.
Yep. And then her and Wayne, Blankenship's closed, and so her and Wayne was like, well, screw it, and they just went and got their own place, and now they have Barclays, and she pretty much brought all the barbers from over there, and
Nice.
it's all
I'll
females.
definitely go in there.
There's one guy.
It's hard
but-
to find good
Yeah.
good stylists.
So like it's funny
My
because
hair's
like,
jacked up.
I'll
too.
go in there
Bad.
and Stacy be like, yeah, Billy was just here, or Jason was just
Mhm.
here, or during Chili Won't Shoot Out, oh yeah, Tyler, he was just here. And,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
everybody
like, gives you
goes
something to talk about.
Yeah.
Because my hairstylist is like, so how many kids you got? I'm like, you asked me that the last time, and I did
Yeah.
not want to
What
talk
do you
about my
get your haircut
kids.
at? Like cheap cuts?
No, man, no.
Oh.
I get them elephant in the run.
Elephant room.
Elephant room.
Elephant in the room.
Like what, elephant?
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
care.
Nah,
You get your haircut at the elephant room. You're probably at the back room at a hotel, and you're buying a bag.
Yeah.
It comes with some. Yeah.
Is it still there? Yeah.
Yes, it's still there. It is owned by. They actually sponsored me last year for the shows during Chili Bowl. My good friend Alexis still owns it, or she owns it and runs it. And yeah, it's still the Elephant Run. Still Elephant Run. Wow. I'm actually pretty excited. Like, so you guys know that I used to sell liquor to bars and stuff, and one of my most favorite bars that I picked up during that time is reopening. I found out today, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's called Albatross. It's on 61st and Lewis. Great part of town. But this Chad Morrison, it used to be it was Southern Hills something. It was like where all like the workers would go after work,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well,
Yeah.
he bought it and like turned it into this really nice bar
Yeah.
for golfing and everything. And it was a membership only at first, right? But then it kind of as it got busier, it was just really keep the riffraff out because everybody knows 61st and Lewis there's some riffraff. But he tried selling it and doing some other stuff, but he remodeled it and he's opening it back up. So I'm pretty pumped about that. He's only open, it's like 2 in the afternoon till 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
But man, that place is nice.
Mm.
So nice. Like you could go there and he would bring Savastano's pizzas in.
Yeah.
And like if you wanted a pizza, he'd throw it in this little pizza oven deal. And it was just a fun little place. I'm pretty excited about that.
Sweet.
My favorite bar I've ever been to, though, is Bob's Turn 5 on Saturday night at Port City Raceway,
By
which we are
God.
going to be open next weekend.
No,
Yeah,
the weekend after.
yeah, next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend.
Correct.
The 7th and 8th.
We had this
Yeah.
discussion last night.
We did, didn't we?
Is it this weekend or next weekend?
No,
This,
next.
it's this coming next
I
weekend.
can't believe you're charging people to come watch practice.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we
Oh, my
go.
I
God.
just want to bring a
$25. There should be 10. By golly.
Oh, here we
Damn,
go.
back in my day, they charged to come watch.
Golly, it was
Come
free.
scout some talent. Bring your
Scout some
stopwatch.
talent.
Hope to see some race cars. I think that's a gin.
Everybody
Okay.
should just walk in
I do
for
have a
free.
question. Because now, is it like if the grandstands are closed?
Yeah, grandstand.
Oh, okay.
Because this is more employees.
Oh, yeah. So then, yeah, I get that.
My
I
practices
get that.
are like skeleton. Like I've got like
Skeleton
5 guys.
Do you
Yeah.
flag?
I have flagged before about 3 sessions, and I'm like, I'm out.
I flag here. too.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Flag.
sketchy.
Flag. Yeah.
And of course, Marcus is gone this weekend.
When are you
'cause
going to
he's
go
going-
virtual?
I was going to TMS.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I saw that at Lincoln. I'm like, man, that's just hard to watch.
It
weird.
is.
It's
Weird.
so
Speaking
weird.
of Lincoln, Chase Dietz kind of put it on him. Like fell
but
back
he was
and then
like, yeah, he about damn near crashed.
You want
started on the pole, went back to
challenge
5th.
himself.
He did. Yeah, and the drive by Dietrich. There
Well,
is
but
not
dude,
easy.
okay, hold on.
I'm not saying
The
Dietrich
law
didn't do anything
firm
bad, but
Must have been in court because he wasn't going anywhere.
No.
Okay,
well, he was for a minute. He
Yeah,
ran
he
the
was-
top.
he
and
was
then
he was
just-
reading the docket. Okay,
He went down to the bottom. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be
he was in D-way. Okay, sorry,
good.
he just
Yeah,
was.
it
And but here's the thing, Danny didn't go around him either.
no,
He just stayed behind him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, and Danny can rough up anybody. Have you seen his crew?
Oh, yeah.
Looks
This is
like
the
they-
biggest crew in the
They
pits.
should be working on late models.
I've been
Yeah.
yelled at by all of them. I know. all
I'm
of them
friends
now.
with them now. I ain't going down that road. Whew. They're good guys, though. I think Danny's gonna be fast as always.
But
I
dude,
think Chase Dietz in that car is gonna be fast. I think Curdy Williamson is the crew chief.
Yeah.
I thought Borden was still in it. But
No, I don't even know if he has a ride. I don't know. The big question is, where's Zeb Wise? No
You know
ride.
what?
No ride, Zeb Wise.
Here's the thing, man. You can't. I can't
Him
say
and
too much,
somebody
but
else. There was him and somebody else that hasn't been brought up.
He had a ride of a lifetime. We would have been there forever, but you gotta try. You gotta try.
Yeah. So, do you think Peck's going to be good in that car? I mean, he started off good
I think
with
we'll see.
ASCS, right?
I think we'll see. It's, as you guys all know in this room, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to get a good package, and no matter how much money you throw at it, everything's got to mesh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to give it time.
And obviously, Rudine's not dumb. Like, he's been at it long enough to know when things change.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give it a minute. But at the end of the day, he's like Dennis Roth. Like, listen, I'm going to give you all the money it takes to do your job, and if you don't do it, then I'm going to start stomping my foot.
That blue, though. Love that blue.
It's actually, everything is painted silver and then painted blue.
Like candy.
Yeah, like his trailer and his truck is all painted silver and then painted blue.
Oh, I think it's so
Yeah, it's.
Did they just retire the old one? The one that had the fender skirts?
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That thing is sick.
Some truckers probably bashing it off curbs and
Getting lot lizards.
probably running it all the way up in North
Lot lizards
Dakota.
are way
And got
worse than
sand
them-
and
them
salt
pit
and
lizards.
rusted. It's probably destroyed.
I don't know. I feel like, because fans love seeing the cool stuff, right? And the rigs, like when they do the rig parades and stuff, that shit's cool as hell. to me.
Mhm.
Yeah. But we all know trailers don't win races.
No, but by God, we got
Didn't Paul end up with the 69K
the truck.
truck?
I think he did. Yeah, I haven't seen
No.
any.
Yeah, he was supposed to restore it.
Yeah, so Paul's thing was he went to Australia, and that's a lot of those teams use trucks,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like really nice over there. And he's like, I'm just gonna do that at home because like it only makes sense, especially
Yeah.
on my local.
So,
local
yeah,
racing.
going to California. Yeah.
And then he gets tied up with this guy named Kevin. He's got more money than knows what to do with, so he just goes and tells Paul to go buy another T&E. So Paul's got 2 T&Es.
What is it with guys named Kevin? Kevin Rudine, Kevin this, Kevin that. Like, I'm mad at my parents. They didn't name me Kevin now.
So I didn't know this guy, and he happened to his camper was next to ours at Knoxville.
Mhm.
Dude, I would like get home get back to the camper after the races and drink a couple beers, and I'd like slip around the corner of the camper to go take a leak, and this dude's working. Like, I mean, working. Never sleeps. Like, he never freaking sleeps. Well, he's obviously done well for himself. And but yeah, Paul got hooked up with him, and he actually sponsored Paul a little bit towards it when he was just getting started with Kyle. And then if you see the regular 57
Yeah,
with not much on it, that's all Kevin's stuff.
The Works Limited stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all Kevin's stuff. Good
But
dude.
it's still housed at Silver's
Yeah,
place.
it's on-
Yeah, he
yeah.
still maintains it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually had that. We were talking about that the other day, me and Bobby. Speaking of Australia, Bobby just got back from Australia.
Where'd you go?
Melbourne.
Down under, mate.
Simpson, yeah. Took in a super rod race.
Nice.
All the sprint car stuff goes to Doc. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
They go the opposite direction. It's beautiful.
They do.
It's
They actually flip.
It actually helps the track come in.
Mhm.
You should consider master's class going the opposite direction.
That's how we used to pack the track in.
Pack it in backwards.
backwards.
Pack it in
See, that's where I've been going wrong. Damn it,
That's
where's
it. $10 price.
and backward packing.
Backward pack.
If you don't pack, you don't hot lap. That's just the rules.
That's it.
Uh,
Oh, remember Lanny? Remember
super
when we
rods.
showed
I've seen
Devil's
some
Bowl in Oklahoma
awesome.
City?
Not to interrupt you here, but I've seen some awesome super rod races at the Classic.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
dudes get out.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, shout out Garrett Williamson, who tried to run both in one night. Can you imagine?
No.
Going backwards,
No,
and then getting back and forth in sprint car.
and then it's like a sprint car frame with just a
Another body over the top of every other body.
yeah. People don't know that.
It
They're
is
sick.
gnarly. Yeah, it's like a sedan
Freaking
body
crazy.
over a sprint car frame. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but the left rear is the right rear, and yeah.
Still, the craziest thing I've ever seen in Australia is the sidecar racing on the motorcycles.
Yes.
Dude, if you don't like your partner, you could just screw his day all up, big time.
Chad McGee said you're the man.
Chad McGee, good guy.
Yeah,
Good guy.
Love that guy.
Yeah,
He's
you
my
better.
mortgage. He was my mortgage lender. I don't know what's going on here, Shane, but you just keep watching.
Well, so what's happening here is, if you guys haven't noticed all the construction up here.
Yeah.
So our internet literally goes in and out, in and out, in and out.
Oh.
It has for days. Because when the internet goes out, I get a notification on my phone that the cameras aren't working anymore. So
What's your
Speaking of new things up by
new
the road,
things up by the road?
what's with this clubhouse we have over here?
Over here?
The-
That's been there, bro.
oh yeah, man, for a
That's
while.
been there. So it's actually a lot nicer than it used to be.
Yes.
It used to be super run down.
So I probably just never noticed that that's what it was.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Correct.
I almost pulled in there and went because I'd had a
Yeah,
few
don't do
beers
that.
here, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna roll in there and say, "Hey guys, what's happening?" on
Hey,
the
neighbors.
racetrack?" I own the racetrack next to them. They'd be like, "Dude, you keep us up at night, boom!"
Yeah.
But
They wouldn't do that.
no, they wouldn't. But I was thinking, that's not a bad group of people to have on your side.
No, not at all.
So that was. But I always talk myself out of
flat
it,
track racing.
always, because every once in a while
You
you
should
drive
have
by
a
them,
Harley
the gates
rodeo
open.
here. You ever
No.
seen a Harley Davidson rodeo?
Did you like
Dude,
the barrel
Google
racing
that
and
shit.
stuff?
It is hilarious.
Talking about with the hot dog.
Yes, that and like they literally like ride their bikes through the like rodeo arenas.
Here's what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna do here is tear
Turtle,
down-
what up, dog?
I'm gonna tear down my entire infield and have figure eight racing.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Crown
I'm just thinking I'm gonna do
Oh
it.
yeah,
Because-
can we, can we fit crown? No. We can't do Crown Vics; are too big.
No,
What?
hey, no, we can do Crown Vics.
We can?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
We know who it
We
is.
might have
Terry.
to limit the number of Crown Vics that get on the track, but
By the way, if you need a storage unit, hit up Premier Self Storage out in Broken Arrow. Terry Easton's watching.
Terry.
Good old Jethro.
Jethro.
Good old Jethro.
Half day means I watch your look like fucking.
see,
Oh, that shit- especially the junior sprint.
just
Especially the junior sprint.
oh, it's,
Yeah.
my junior sprint class is good.
No, that's the best race of the
best
night.
class.
They
That's the best race
listen,
of the night.
yeah, they listen, they get in line.
Honestly, like to me, I feel like, and this is outside looking in, right? The ones that complain the most are the sportsmen.
Yeah, they all complain.
I'm just saying, like,
Just so you know, they all complain.
hey, I watch
Some
every
a little
time
bit
I
more
come
than
out here.
others.
Yeah, and Brad Best is here.
But
Every time I come out here and Brad Best is here, and like I watch him just race, I'm like, you guys got this all figured out wrong because Brad keeps his car free enough to where he just that thing just sets down in there, and everybody else is.
well,
He's getting old. He don't work that hard.
no.
He's been that way. Good old Brad.
Well, at least we know Kip and Bobby's watching.
Oh, we were up to 50 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he does.
You got Christopher Bell in NASCAR. You got Ryan Timms, the World Outlaws. Like Billy is
Bobby.
King,
He
baby.
Man,
can get you to the World of Outlaws. We just need a sprint car and show up at a race.
that's right.
there.
And you can be at the World of
Question to the
Outlaws.
audience. What is Jimmy Jones doing nowadays?
Jimmy?
Actually, he's working for Terry Easton
He's
this
on
year.
the, he's on
Yeah.
the 88
Yep.
ASCS National
Shout out to Jimmy.
Tour
Old Jimmy Jones. I think
with Cody
I'm pretty
Cordell.
sure he's living with Terry and Casey. I think they built a room in their home for him.
Oh, did he?
I think so. Or,
He's
well,
been
it's
there a
always
long
kind of
time,
not
too.
Yep.
not for him to live in all the time, but they have a spare room that.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy, if you know anything about Terry and Casey, like and Terry and Jimmy's relationship, when I met Terry, he was working for Jimmy on Aaron Berryhill's car,
Mm.
and so
Oh, Terry worked on. Oh, I didn't know.
yeah, no, he was 14.
As a young
He was
lad.
out on the road, and he was
I didn't know that.
remember the old Gertie Featherlight that it's actually the Maury Williams Zero car now.
Mm-hmm.
The star.
Or maybe it was the old Holbrook Featherlight. Oh, it was black with the red and yellow.
Oh yeah.
line. Yeah.
I got a great
So
story about
Berry
that
Hill
trailer.
had that trailer for a while.
Yeah.
And that's when I met Jethro. And anyway, that's how. So Jimmy and Jethro have been friends for forever. So whenever Jimmy would come back here, he'd always stay with Terry. So when Terry built his house, he just built a spare room, and it's kind of just Jimmy's room. Everybody knows Jimmy's room. So that's what Jimmy's doing out there on Sprint Car Road.
I didn't know that.
Sprint Car Road.
So the first year that we had the race at Bristol, there was a 360 race somewhere. So Holbrook made this guy named Don drive like all night to get to this track to race with Tony Stewart.
360 race.
Yeah, and I can't remember what it was. Well, then they raced, and then they turned around, and he was meant to make it all the way back to Bristol and fell asleep. Went off into the ditch. It's ripped the front axle out of the truck, laid this whole thing on its side. And remember Steve Mox with Mox Trucking, the 17 red car that Saldana used to race?
And he was also a sponsor of Jason Johnson's for a while.
Maybe, yeah.
A small sponsor.
But really good dude. But
What
he was
color
he was kind of in that area, like where the truck crashed. Dude. So they get this thing like laid up on its side and get it and put one of Steve's trucks in front of it, and like makeshift all the cabinets that literally fallen off this one side of the wall. And they get to Bristol, and I don't remember who was driving it, Dean Jacobs or I don't know. Back then,
We're gonna make it.
We're gonna make
Holbrook had like 2 or 3 cars at the time, and dude, Dean just disintegrates this poor thing down the back straightaway. And Brian Paulus was in the same crash, and I think it broke his arm or
Salad
leg.
car.
the salad car.
Dude, bad. Like
Brian Paul.
running around there, you're like, man, they're not going that fast, and you're like, holy,
Yeah.
we're going
We're
fast.
cooking.
Yeah. But anyway, that trailer.
What
was
at PJ
a mess.
Chesson? He destroyed a car there.
Yeah.
It looked like an
Some
Indy
big
car coming apart.
Big wrecks.
Luckily, nobody got hurt.
So they tore up a race car, truck and trailer.
Dude,
It's had a bad week.
that trailer was, oh man, it was a mess. It was literally every cabinet on the one side of the wall was off. Just destroyed everything inside.
Not the same thing, but we had that storm come through here, and Kyle Anderson's Intech ended up on its side.
Oh yeah. Didn't you guys find a bridge one time?
No, we didn't find a bridge. What had happened was
Not a low bridge, not a bridge, a low bridge.
no. So what had happened was Spud was driving, and we were all asleep, but except for Tony, and they're going down. It was somewhere in Kansas. I don't remember where it was, but they're going down the highway, and it's dark and foggy, and Spud swears that somebody walked out in front of the rig.
he was super sleepy.
And Tony said the same thing. He goes, "No, bro, like there was somebody there." And like I was like, "Well, did you feel anything?" Or like, "Well, no, we didn't really feel anything." But and it's like, I'm like, "But how did you just not turn around? How did you just not turn around?"
Yeah. What?
You know, that was and then there was another one where we were leaving Knoxville, we're going down 35, and I think Tony was driving, I was in the middle, and I forget who was over here, but because in them toter homes, like you'd always have somebody sit in the middle,
In the
right?
little lawn chair.
Yeah, or whatever it
old
was.
Bucket or something.
Yeah, and we're going down 35, and we haul the mail and them things, right? Like you're doing like 80, 85. Well, we're coming up over this bridge, and here comes a horse trailer, just decides to come over into our lane while we're busting 85, and we go off into the bar ditch in the middle, and got the right front or left front in it, and it dug in, and then the trailer, you felt the trailer like pick the ass into the rig up, and somehow it came back up on the highway, and we didn't flip.
Dude, you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that Tony still will tell me, like, dude, I think he killed that guy.
I'm pretty sure we've all had some close calls going up and down the road.
Yeah. There's I mean, how do you not?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, whether it's in a rig or even in your personal vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the worst night I ever had was with Brandon Bowden at the Hard Rock, and he kept buying shots for everybody. I lived in Collinsville, and I went the back way up 76 up through Stone Canyon. And I woke up the next morning, you know, and I know this ain't a good story to tell, but the only thing I remember is when I went off
Had
the road.
Bambi in his front
No, I
lap.
didn't have no kids. But like the only thing I remember is like when I went off the road. The rest of the time, I guess, but I have a habit of falling asleep. I did take out a 100 foot of cable on 169. I did do that. Joe Landon loves telling that story.
Oh man!
Yeah, I was not drunk on that one. I was sober.
She
Just tired.
Oh, it was after the shootout, and I went to a friend's house on 11th and Yale. I had my last beer at 12:30. We stayed up all night talking. Next thing you know, we go to Tally's at 6 in the morning to have breakfast. And I'm like, I'm just going to drive home. Well, I lived in Collinsville out by the football field. And, I should have stayed at my friend's house. Because the last thing I remember was passing 116th, and I woke up at 136th. Woo! And I hit those cables. I took out 100 foot of them cables in the middle of the road in a Chevy Malibu. Yeah.
Malibu!
Left front all the way up underneath. Yeah. Scared the crap out of me.
Man.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like some bad decisions like you made in college. Cordell, come on.
He's never made
I
a
did
bad
not
decision.
make bad decisions in college.
Does he have a benchmark to check somewhere?
Oh, Cody. So Cody,
Poor Cody, you got
I
thrown
met
in the
Cody.
woods.
I don't know if a lot of people
He
know
got
the
thrown
story.
in the
I met
woods.
Cody in college. I was a senior. He was a freshman. It was his first semester. We became friends because we talked about racing. He'd get done with football practice. I'd have a 30-pack ready. We'd start playing sprint cars on the game, right? Next thing you know, we get a phone call at 10 o'clock. Hey, here's a party here. There's a party there. So we go to the party. I went to
Poor
class the
guy
next
could have made
day.
it to professional football, but you ruined it for him.
Oh, God, I don't need that, too. So he had a 1.7 GPA after his first semester. and it's my fault. I passed.
Oh man.
Good times, though. Like, it was so funny. Huh? What? I never cheated.
Billy, did you race, Cody?
Yeah, we raced together.
Yeah.
Cody was good.
Cody was Billy. Wet grinding was green as well.
Don't answer my question. I'm looking to get the answer.
Oh
Ground
man.
tires. He's a car chief, man. You don't touch tires.
That's right.
Hey, shout out
right.
to you, man. Like, because you were a racer, right? Britton, you
Mhm.
raced yourself.
Yeah.
He did. He was good
I
too.
agree.
And you took a step back, and
Yeah.
now you're with Tanner, and
Yep. Tanner full time. I enjoy it. Learned a lot.
we're gonna come to the shop. When I seen Tanner Saturday, he asked me, he's like, "When are you guys coming?" Because I had texted him last week, and he's like, I said, "Man, when we coming to the shop?" And he was like, "Oh, once I get it to where I want it."
Yeah, we're
and,
good. We just moved in.
yeah.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, yeah. I want to come over there because I feel like I like Tanner. Me and Tanner have always got along. Some people don't like Tanner,
Well, he speaks
but that's
his
their
mind.
problem. You know what I
Speaks
mean?
his mind.
There's nothing wrong with it, and I actually appreciate it.
Yeah.
And he's intense, and I like that too.
Billy, talk about the few.
The few.
He just smiled.
Kids being kids.
Billy, you're not saying much right now. I thought we got my answer.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So,
Plead the fifth.
I actually. So what's funny is, I think did I meet you before I met Cody, or was it after?
I don't know. I
Because
feel like it would have
I
been.
met you in the summertime. racing.
Now, what year would this be?
Oh, 04, 05?
05.
Because
I
I met
remember seeing-
Brady. I met Brady in 05 at Dodge City.
Racing midgets.
He was there in racing midgets. I was there with Tony. And that was when I met Brady. But I don't know if you were with him there.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I think I was there.
Yeah.
Leon raced there too.
Yes.
That same day or
With
night.
Mike and Megan and
Yeah.
the Telstar deal. Yeah.
Mhm. I seen these guys and they were like just on another level of cool back then when I was a kid.
Oh, us? Oh,
Him and
shit.
Tony.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, we used to do these.
The loudest trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Just rattling.
The worst looks. Hey,
Like an
listen.
88 Delta.
The worst looks. Oh, dude, that's Suburban. So the worst looks I ever got in my life is we're sitting at Williams Grove for the National Open, and we always would work throughout the night and then be the first rig parked in front of the gate, right? That way we can just get in.
Asleep.
Well, we go get our pit passes, and I'm sitting in the driver's seat ready to pull in, and there's a line,
Mhm.
right? We had 212s behind the seats in the cab, sitting there. And, dude, all these people just turn around.
Yeah,
and
they're
we're
definitely
Williams
not
Grove,
used to
right?
that there.
And they're
They
just
are
like,
definitely not used to that there. I mean,
Yeah.
they still wear their race cars on the front of their t-shirt.
06. Cody said 06. Yeah,
so
no
that
shit.
pretty much explains
Yeah, there you go.
And they're white.
And they're white.
And they're white. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I was not impressed with Williams Grove. I was excited to get to go.
Yeah, that's
I was
tough.
like,
man.
I'm gonna get to see this cool place.
Yeah,
And I was
Right,
like,
you're absolutely right, dude.
this
Breaking
place
the
Grove
is
is overrated.
kind of a shithole.
So the speed,
With all due
Stra-
respect.
straightaway speed is awesome there. Racing is not that great.
Talking about the facility.
Unless you're, oh, yeah. Dude, how many tracks have we been let down by? You know what I mean? Like, no.
Facilities, it's better. It's getting better. But, yeah, you're right. For the longest time, that was...
Yeah.
It's freaking hard. That's one of the hardest tracks to race at.
Yes, it is.
Definitely a hard track to win at.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I don't know if they still do it anymore, but back then, they lined you up in the feature by how much money you made that year.
For weekly stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it was off like your money average.
Is like invert.
Yeah, so like if you made
Back
the most
when
money,
Aaron
you had to start at the
raced.
back of the feature. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back when Big Freddie Raymer was racing. You know what I mean? Like, and he'd come from the back and win every week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was how it used to be there. Like, it was all and it was all based off of not just Williams Grove, because it was like Susquehanna, Williams
Very
Grove.
poor track
Yeah. Yeah. Or it's
Hagerstown.
Baps now or whatever. Yeah.
Hey, how many wins you got at the Grove?
Less than a handful.
But you won there.
I've won some actually big races there. And crazy thing is,
Won the National Open.
listen, I always say that I was going to win the National Open, and I broke a freaking drive shaft with Bernie. I'm telling you, we were so freaking fast.
So you said track record
That weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were leading the feature that on Saturday. We won Friday. I was leading on Saturday and broke our drive shaft.
71's good there.
That's fast. Yeah,
It wasn't good yesterday.
No, they had brake issues. I texted them like, "What?"
Oh, yesterday?
Or when was the race?
That was yesterday.
Yesterday.
What was yesterday?
Last weekend.
Yeah, the law firm was reading a docket, remember?
Yeah, no, it wasn't very good.
It sucked. And what's crazy is Parker's usually good in that car. That's what was so.
No, he said
Like,
they had
different.
no brakes in the heat. It looked like he was about to flip over on in the heat race.
Yeah, but me and
I
Bobby
told
were.
Bernie, I'm like, put a 90 on it.
No shit. No shit.
They don't make 90s anymore.
Oh, Quinn Motorsports.
I'm right, just driving harder.
Sean Quinn, what's up, brother?
Cripe tight.
Cripe tight.
Cripe tight.
Big shout out, Brian Clark.
Right, yeah.
We rub the radius rods.
I feel like overall that was a good race yesterday.
It was a good race.
For a day race, wintertime, still juiced, still had some good traction. Chase Dietz looked really good there at the end.
Lincoln is they
I didn't watch it. I'm sure it's packed.
it was
Oh,
packed.
so
dude,
Infield party was going on.
Dude, it's like a promoter's dream.
Oh, Slippy's here.
The PA announcer, he was hyped too.
Oh, yeah. Never. Never.
Like listening to paint dry.
Oh my god, yeah. It's like the announcers of the 305 drivers.
There's a challenge for the lead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Danny Dietrich.
man. Oh,
Danny Dietrich
man.
gets past
Oh,
like
man.
Chase Dietz.
There's a battle. There's a battle. Where?
And then the camera goes to somewhere they're not even watching, so it's not even like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Announcers are hard, man. Announcers are good announcers.
Hey, I will tell you, it is
Only
hard
done.
because I didn't even get to announce. I just got to do victory lane interviews, and that was hard.
It is hard.
I got to do it here last year. It was for the Donnie Ray, and it was pretty cool, but that was hard. You got to pay attention the whole time because you got to know. Well, because you got to know what you're going to ask the guy that won, right? Like, what did you do over here in turn 3? You can't just sit there and drink beers and expect you to know what the guy you're going to talk about. You know what I mean?
I like this deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't talk to you. And you're like,
Oh God, you got it. You have to. Yeah.
I can't even remember how it all went down. The first year I owned the track, we had this chick that was doing the infield interviews, and she was completely hammered.
What?
I mean, hammered. And I'm like, so Haas was like, Shane, listen, you need to go down to the infield and take the mic away from that girl because she cannot even talk. I can't remember where she came from.
The bar, it sounds like.
Probably it sounds like she was at turn 5.
Yeah, Elva run.
She was at turn 5 waiting for her. She's
But yeah,
sitting there
I'm
thinking,
you're done.
waiting for her moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was nervous. She was trying to knock the edge off.
Interviewing the kids, getting on them.
Hey, the kids are the hardest. Well, the problem with the kids, during that weekend there was track prep, and so they kind of had the camera on me, and I'm just talking to kids over here on turn.
We don't do track prep here. What are you talking
There was an intermission, and so we're sitting over here, and I go up to these kids, start talking to them, like, oh, yeah, da da da, and then they're like, yeah.
your interview's done.
All right, buddy. Where's your dad?
Would be done.
That's the drive for Chad.
Yeah.
Those kids are awesome.
But you know what? That's what's cool about what Chad does and what you guys are doing is you're not just grooming these kids to race. You're grooming them to be professionals.
Mm-hmm.
You're helping them with their because, dude, let's face it, Ryan sucked in interviews when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I had him on the show not too long ago, and he's so much better than he used to be.
That's maturity, but
yeah.
it's definitely part of it.
I mean, but now some of these kids, they can rattle them off. The best is Frank Flood. Like that dude can just rattle them off, just boom, 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 boom. Praise God, see you later. But these kids are getting way better.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the process for what you guys teach them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where Harley comes into, because Harley's good about, hey, make sure you take care of everybody.
Right.
I've been to lunch with Harley and Jet and everything, and Harley's always that professional mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's what's cool about it.
They're all first class there.
Absolutely.
You can drive up to the front of their shop and know that it's
Top
first
notch.
class.
Yeah. Done right.
Yeah. 100%.
What do we do out here now? We draw in weekly?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I draw. Yeah,
No
draw
more-
pass
no
the
more
points.
qualifying.
Did you guys qualified for a while?
Oh, we did. Yeah, dude. It
Tried
took
it.
so much time.
What about group qualifying?
I did that too. The problem with group qualifying is that so I did it in heats,
Yeah.
right? So then all 8 cars have to go underneath the flag stand to make sure their transponders work.
Yeah.
And then they get 3 laps. And if their transponders don't work, then you got to come in the infield, trade out transponders. Dude, it was like an hour and a half.
But do engine heat.
It was
Well, so when we
check the transponder on the first drive by.
we
so-
do, but it just like when you have as many cars as we have, it just
So now 600, I think he did it the same way. So now 600, when you hot lap, that's your qualifying.
we did the same.
Yeah, that's it.
We did the same, but they don't have 100 and something cars.
No,
like we
no,
have
they
either.
don't. No, I agree.
That's the problem, and the thing is, the biggest gripe I had from my fans is like, it takes too long, so we're not going to come watch.
I get it.
So now we do hot laps in 20 minutes, and then we're straight into racing.
Remember when we used to have,
But qualifying was way better. It was.
remember the time clock at the fairgrounds, the state fair? You remember that on the
I
scoreboard? So it would have it was always for the support classes when we'd go there race on Friday or whatever, or even with ASCS. But it would have the lineup board, and then it had a running like stopwatch for the other classes. And when it hit that, checker flag,
Race over.
Really?
yep,
Oh,
done. Because they had a curfew,
Yeah.
right? And
I
you
wish
didn't
I
mess
had
with
a
Laney.
curfew some nights.
Make one.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
We're normally 2 minutes past the lap time or the lap count. So if it's 20 laps, then it's 22 minutes. Which 22 minutes doesn't sound like very long, but man, when
That's a
you're-
long time.
For 10-second lapse. It's not-
Dude, it's long.
Yeah.
I'll radio up to the tower all the time. Where are
Yeah.
we on this race? It's like
There it is.
15 minutes.
Martin
I'm like,
Edwards.
No way.
Martin Edwards. It had like 30 spots on the board.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Bobby Springer, 20 minutes or 20 laps. That was the rule at Oklahoma City.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 2 extra minutes. Per
Speaking
lap
of
at Port City. So
speaking of Martin Edwards,
support Port.
support.
Port.
Speaking of Martin Edwards, we were talking about RPM Speedway today.
Crandall.
Good old
Life is
Crandall.
dirt in Texas.
Man,
It's nice.
I got
Good
overall
things
quick
about
time
it.
there last year at the ASCS race with Kyler Johnson. Place is legit.
Mm.
It's
I
nice.
heard it's nice.
And like, dude, they have concierge in the bathroom. They open the door for you.
Serious?
Yes, in the
Yeah,
pits.
that's where I'm going
Yeah.
wrong.
And it, like
They got the nice
AC.
napkins.
Want a mint?
The only problem is they don't take cash.
Oh, it's on cards?
I'm sorry, they don't take cards. It's only cash.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, Shane don't take cards.
I'm getting
Martin-
ready to get,
Martin
I'm
says
getting
he
ready to
still
get
has it.
ATM machines here, so you guys better get rid of your cards.
Hell yeah, I'm buying the ATM machines.
Yeah, can I go in on it?
I'm buying the ATM machines.
I do not blame him for being cash only.
What's the reason behind that?
Because, like, just nobody has cash anymore. So when you use your card, you can't hide it.
We were not
You gotta
talking
be-
about that.
You got to be legit. That's the problem.
Martin said he
Years
still
of
has that
progress.
rule, 20 minute, 20 laps.
That's a good rule. Good rule.
Dude, he's got like the best pace car ever. Have you seen it? It's a smart car with a wing on top.
It is?
Yeah, and it's a 5x5 wing. Like a sprint car wing on top of a smart car.
Jeez.
Blacked out, murdered out. Billy, what else you got, buddy?
He does? That's awesome.
RPM Speedway. That's
Yeah.
not
Crandall.
the one next to Cowtown.
Oh, no, that's Kennedale.
Kennedale.
That's Kennedale. No, our, Crandall is south of Tyler. Yes. Or Terrell.
I've
South
never
of
been
Terrell. South of Terrell. It's like southeast of the Metroplex.
So whatever happened with Devil's Bowl? I know it's
Closed.
like shut down, but like, was it like what's
I've
happening?
heard a lot of different rumors, and maybe one day I'll get Martin on here and we'll talk about it. But I've heard a lot of different rumors. I don't know which ones are true.
Yeah.
Hoagie's Garage is here.
Hoagies. Cheers, boys.
We need to get Billy Lawhead on Hoagie's.
Oh, geez.
We need to get Hoagies set up is what we need.
Well, they're more. They go live now for people to watch, but they're more of a podcast. So they record everything and then post it later to their podcast. Yeah. But if you'd like to be a sponsor of the bench racing, we are looking for sponsors to improve the quality of our shows, and not just with our guests, because we have really quality guests. And crowd.
In audience.
This is our biggest
First time.
crowd we ever had.
First time.
Audience.
First
crowd ever
time.
had.
We should probably
Not
mark
live
this
track.
on our calendar.
Yep.
Feels like Saturday night.
I actually had
Exactly. Sunday Night Live.
I actually had when I was doing it when I first started the live shows. It was on Friday nights. It was at my house, and my neighbors would come and like hang out with me like in the driveway, and they had no clue what the hell I was talking about. You know what I mean? Like they don't know nothing about racing. All they knew is I'm the guy with the
They're like,
with the
"Gosh,
beer
he's
in the
drunk
garage." You know what I mean?
again.
Yeah. What's that?
You're like, God, he's drunk again.
My wife or the
Big boss.
neighbors.
We gotta go in and do it.
Redeeming himself again.
He's going to do something stupid.
Well,
you guys
Pawtucket
watch.
knows that.
There's 9 out of 10 are cool days.
Might be during burnout in his garage.
Like fireworks again.
He's actually pretty cool now. They got a kid.
That's what changed it.
I guess.
That'll cool you down real quick.
Hey,
Oh,
kid,
Ed,
kids
he's
will
cool as
change
shit,
you.
man. Ed's cool.
Kids
No,
will-
I do a burnout all the time. in my
Generally for the better.
You were there when no, you left already. I'll do my burnout.
Yeah.
Well, the 4th of July party's probably not gonna be like it used to be.
There's a true saying: nothing good happens after midnight. That's a God's honest truth.
I've
Yeah.
heard that before.
Even when you own a track.
Our
Nothing
parties
good
were
happens
really
after-
legit. I screwed it up this year. I had a problem.
And you should throw that out there at the driver's meeting. And not to cut it all off. I bet it bring a sense of urgency.
Dude. Might sell some more 6-packs.
Let's do it. So let's talk a little bit real quick.
Yo.
Texas Motor Speedway this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We got the first race for you outside of the shootout. You got Harley and you have who's the other one that's going? Not the one we can't talk about.
Jade.
Mhm. Oh, Jude Algair,
Jade.
which Jude Algair is a big supporter of the Lumber Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his dad Jeff.
Great
Jeff has always been a late model modified guy.
Yeah.
I met him. Well, I kind of met him or knew of him because Chad Wheeler, because they always and then WR1 sponsored Jude and everything. So
Cool.
I'm excited about that for you guys because Jude's a good
A-class? Restrictor. Okay.
And then Harley,
Really?
and then one other driver to be named later.
Unknown.
Shane Stewart.
Shane Stewart.
Yeah, well, he's coming home early. Hey, I can't say nothing. I did the mechanics race in a 5-race old Sawyer brand new and spun out twice. So at least I didn't dump it like old Bryson. Jessica Bell. She flipped.
She did?
Oh, dude, it was a powder puff race, and she was in Frank's Factor 1.
Yeah,
She
trust me.
ballparked.
I heard all about this last year when I was going to do my powder puff race.
Which you were married to the 2024 powder puff champion.
We got accused
But
of
you don't-
cheating.
But you don't hear that now.
So the funny thing about that story was, Jake Rosario had this leftover trophy from the DRC race, and he had it all stickered up for the powder puff race. That's awesome. And it's like front and center in our house.
Oh yeah, guaranteed.
She's like, "What are you doing with that?" I'm like, "I'm sticking it down here by my trophy." She's like, "No, you are not.
So today
It's going up here."
I made the post
Okay.
about who's the guest is on who we're having on, and Ralph. He goes, "What about the 2024 powder puff champion?"
That's
Ralph
awesome.
is his name.
Dude, she was so happy.
Drew Johnston, what's up, brother?
That was fun. That was a good race. I only had
That
one,
was-
one
dude,
crash,
that
one
was-
bad
that
crash.
was-
That was good.
yeah.
I was nervous.
Man, that would be nerve-wracking.
I was nervous. So of course now I'm gonna have another one, and probably gonna be bad.
Well, I did the mechanics race, and Sherman Davis won.
Sure.
I mean,
so
that's
last
not-
year Aaron Lemons won, and I'm definitely putting the limits to who can race.
Like, no, it wouldn't even close.
Hey, if he
It
races
wasn't
this
a
year,
chance, sir.
tell him he only gets $10.
I actually told him, I'm like, I wish I'd have known you were racing because I would have jumped in a car.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a $200 player's card for Hard Rock.
So anyway, this year we're gonna make sure we have some limits on the mechanics race.
If I'm in town, I'm gonna try and find a ride.
Let's find Billy Lawhead a ride. Can I enter a midget?
No. Actually, we were watching or one of your posts the other day, and somebody said if you identify as a midget,
Yeah.
can you run it? Or if you identify as a micro, can you put a midget in it?
Billy's got a midget. Billy's got a midget sitting in the garage.
Billy, when's the last time you raced?
Oh God. I don't even know. It would have been
You miss it.
not really. No.
Anything of the shootout probably?
Might have. I think
The
so.
last time the 59 rode?
Oh, I don't even. It might have been like 16, 15.
We need a 59. Like
How's your dad anyway? How's he doing?
Good. You guys down in Felicia?
Was he?
Mhm.
I haven't seen him
Went to
forever.
Daytona?
Yeah, the 500.
I seen him at the golf course one day.
I've not seen him in forever.
My golf ball ended up on 617. I was on number 1. and Ronnie had just teed off us.
And you guys pass each other?
And I'm over there, one fixing to hit me and my cousin Brett over up at Goat Hill. Well, no, it was my ball that was over there. No, actually, it was his ball over there. Mine went anyway. And here comes Ronnie up on the golf cart. He goes, "I thought that was you." I'm like, "Hell yeah, what's up, brother?" Of course, I skipped work. It was like 1:00 in the afternoon.
All right.
Third
car.
What?
Third car at TMS.
We can say it.
We got,
Did you get permission?
got clearance.
We got clearance. Who'd we get clearance from?
The boss, Mr.
Nice.
H.
Mr. H, I like it.
Okay. Okay. He just texted me
Are you ready?
and said we're good.
You ready?
You want to announce it or you want me to announce it?
You go ahead.
No, I don't even know who it is. Mitchell Moles.
Woo!
Yep.
Good one.
That's going to be good for you, man.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
It's exciting.
I think it's going to be good. I think, we talked about that yesterday, obviously, but I'm not going to speak out of turn, but
Mm-hmm.
he's a gasser. He is a gasser.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people from before sprint car racing know that Mitchell Moles came from a different chassis manufacturer back in the day. So to be in with the D1s and with you guys, I think that's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for Jude. I mean, and I think if you guys do that throughout the year, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good. That's a good pick.
So Mitchell Moles in the, and now is it a factory 14 car?
Yes.
Okay. It's a factory 14 car.
Good family
Nice.
too.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I've never got to go stay at their place out there,
Oh,
but
man,
I've
it's
seen
so nice.
Who, the Moles place?
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
area.
no.
Larry just seems like a good dude.
He's a great guy. Great family. Obviously, I got to meet all of them when I raced for Dennis Roth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good family. Good. It's exciting.
All right, before we cut this, call it a night, we got to pay the bills and make sure we shout out all the sponsors. And again, if you want to be a sponsor, a couple things. If you want to be a sponsor, reach out to me or Shane. We'll give you all the analytics on how good our show does or how good it doesn't do, whichever one you want to
we're
see.
gaining a crowd now.
We're gaining a crowd.
Yeah.
We got,
Studio audience.
and we actually had the most viewers tonight at one time than we've had, so that's good.
Yeah.
All three of them over
Yep,
here.
all three of them.
They kept chiming in and chiming out, chiming in and chiming out. So,
But we would not be able to do this without Forge Construction, Kaiser Racing Wheels, Abilene Powder Coating, T2 Promotions, Hoagie's Garage, My Race Pass, Ryder Mac Racing, Flying A Motorsports, Lambert Property Service, Permastone Countertop Solutions, Whitaker Glass, One Way Performance, Arc Wrecking Company of Oklahoma, Wheeler Metals, Hero Haven, Hasty Baked Charcoal Grills, Port City Raceway, obviously, Victory Seats, and Horizon Whiskey.
that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting so big, you got to read them off.
I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Get out and read the Silent Carl, son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, hey, at the Chili Bowl, like I was like, Shane, move, I gotta read that one. Like I gotta read that one.
I'm pretty sure it was Steve Carbone said that if a driver ever gets out of his car, has to look at the car he's done.
I'm like, woo! I try not to ever be that guy.
Yeah.
I try not to ever be
You
that
won't come
guy.
get a race car.
I think you'd be better off just skipping one.
So, well,
Practice this Saturday.
I had
We'll
I
bring one.
actually
You got to get in it.
I had that conversation with Dason, last year when he was just kind of going from ride to ride, opportunity that he could take. And he wanted my brother and him's car and didn't say a word about a sponsor, but he's like, dude, I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
He's
I
like,
was
'cause
there a few times. Forget what number you're in.
Exactly,
Much less
right?
sponsors.
Yeah, exactly.
Good
So,
draw, man. What number?
Yeah. Crap, I almost missed my heat.
yeah.
Thought I was in the wrong car.
Looking at 71.
Yeah.
Yeah.
71.
Jeez.
Billy, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
thank you.
Good luck
Appreciate
this
you, buddy.
weekend
Thank you.
at Power. It's a Power High race, or not Power High, Power now 600 deal, whatever.
There you go.
Yeah, Blake's gonna kick.
Can we do like a little handshake here that you're not going to yell at me this year about anything?
Come on,
Not a yeller.
I'm just kidding. No,
Yeah,
I'm just giving him a hard time.
He'll give you a stern talking to.
Yeah.
Shane, what was that?
Stern talking to. He'll walk up. Well, Shane.
The deep sigh. You know you're in trouble with the
Dude, I
decal.
got this picture of me and Billy when we won our driller.
I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
It's the worst.
Disappointed.
It's the worst.
Me and I forget who it was. I think it was Tom Harris, actually. Like, we're walking up, and I'm pretty sure it was for the junior sprint feature, and I got the dolly with the wheels on it. And
Oh yeah.
Billy's walking, it's in black and white, and my beard was in full force that
ZZ
year.
Top.
And man, I just love that picture. We had a good year. That was fun. Yeah, Joey Starnes asked me at the shootout. He goes, "Oh, you ever won a driller?" I said, "Yeah, junior sprint.
My
Sprint.
God.
Drillers are
Hey,
drillers."
they're just as hard to win junior sprint as they are in the other classes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never won one of them sorry dogs.
Yeah.
My brother's won 2 of them.
Well, we had that conversation at the shootout or at the Chili Bowl that he was better than you. But anyway.
Yeah.
I called your brother the other day, by the way. I know this is what happens. I just keep rambling.
Mm-hmm.
I called your brother the other day to ask him about Supercross.
Oh yeah. Was he going?
You know what he was doing? He didn't go.
No.
Because it fell on
Okay.
their anniversary or something?
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or concert. Sorry, concert. But you know what he was doing? He was at riding, the horse riding. for his daughter.
Yeah. She's big into that.
I said, well, man, you got to kind of do that.
Yeah.
You know, you go every Saturday
Right.
with the other two to go race
Right.
at Port City. And he
No,
goes, yeah,
yeah,
that's what my
he's-
wife told me. I gotta
Yeah,
go.
he's definitely
Good for him, though, man.
in the trap.
You,
Horses and race cars. Those
your
two-
brother,
It's the 2 worst hobbies.
oh, yeah. That's State and Flurry.
The most expensive
Right.
hobbies.
Good old horse racing.
Flurry Racing Stables.
Yep, Flurry racing stables.
I hear mom and dad's like, oh,
Oh, and
like a bat costs $600. I'm
They
like,
don't have
dude,
a-
that's like 2 right rears, girl.
They don't have a Facebook page, but a big supporter now after Chili Bowl is Kiwi Lawn Landscape.
Yes.
Good old Woody. I know I make fun of him, but just because he's so drippy, but you know, just he's such a good guy.
Good guy.
And we kind of talked about it a little bit. Bobby just got back from Australia. He went over there to hang out with Zoe Pierce, who he helped last year in Shannon McQueen's car, right? But Zoe made her debut in a sprint car this last weekend. She did really good. She beat the wall down a couple times, but she looked good. She looked good. So they always watch the show. So shout out to Zoe Pierce Racing.
Yeah.
Billy, good luck this weekend
Thank you, man.
at the
And this year.
Yeah, and this year I think you're gonna have a great year,
Absolutely.
especially with because you got Jude and you got Levi, and then obviously Harley's a threat everywhere he shows up.
Mhm.
I mean that's just Harley. You know, what I mean, I got to go with him up to Coles County last year, and like it's professional.
Oh yeah.
So that trailer ride's really good.
Do you ride in the lounge?
Oh, dude, no, I like had my air mattress on the floor in the trailer, and I slept going down the road, and I never felt a thing. That thing was so nice. Anyway, thank you to the crowd. Appreciate you guys. Brenton, we'll have you on. We'll get you on.
We got a posse now.
We got a posse. My posse's on Broadway. Who's old enough to remember that? Me.
Oh, me.
Cheers to everybody that came out and hung out with us tonight for the Lumber Lounge and Garage Bench Racing here at Bob's Turn 5. Please go to thelumberlounge.com and buy some swag. You can buy bench racing hats. You will once I get them on there. Or just hit me up or hit Shane up. You can also buy any Lumber Lounge swag that you want from that website as well. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next Monday. Never know who we're going to have on the show. You never know if we're going to be here or on the casting couch, but we will be here. So thank you again. Be safe. Have fun. Racing is here. It is among us. We have the Now 600 in Texas. We have the Elite Series down in Texas. Outlaws are Sunday at Volusia. Next week is the Outlaw Nationals. Milestone Outlaw Nationals
And then
here.
it's like,
Then it's game on.
Yeah.
So cheers to everybody. Thank you. Have a good week. We'll see you next Monday.
cheers.